Well, hello there and welcome back to my channel, or of course welcome to my channel if you're new. If you are new, then hello, lovely to meet you. My name is Alex, and if you are new here, make sure you stick around and subscribe. If you're not new and you've been here for a while, then why not make sure the notification bell is switched on just so you're notified of every single time that I upload. Now for today's video, I am finally, and I mean finally, getting round to filming with these three little 9-pan eyeshadow palettes by Makeup Obsession. So these have been out for about a month now, maybe even longer, and I literally did buy them when they launched, but I honestly just didn't get round to filming with them, and I've just got a spare slot today, and I thought, you know what, we're going to finally sit down and film with these eyeshadow palettes and see what we think, because I've reviewed every single palette as part of this range so far, and I feel like I can't not review these ones as well. So we do have three this time. We have White Noise, Purple Rain and Undercover. So if you want to see some swatches, a tutorial and my final thoughts at the end, then please keep watching. The best thing about these palettes is they're literally £5 each. They are so affordable. So firstly we have the White Noise eyeshadow palette, and this is what the White Noise eyeshadow palette looks like. So you have a lot of cool tones in here and a lot of light colours as well. There's 2 mattes in here and the rest of them are shimmers, which is a bit of a shame, but we do have a really light inner corner and brow bone shade. I'm very excited about that. Next we have the Purple Rain palette. I absolutely love the colour story for this one. Look at that. How beautiful is that? I love it. And we have 5 mattes, 5 mattes and 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, maths has gone a bit crazy. We have 5 mattes in here and 4 shimmers, which is a lot better than that White Noise palette. And I love that we have a little gradient of purple in here as well. Perfect little travel friendly palette if you love your purple eyeshadow. And then lastly we have the Undercover palette, which I have a feeling is going to be quite a popular one among people as well. And this is what the Undercover palette looks like. So this one is definitely a greeny based palette, but you do only get 3 shimmers in here and the rest are shimmers. You do get a really beautiful khaki sort of green shimmer matte in here though, which is really stunning. So let's get into the swatches and see if they swatch good. Okay, so this is the White Noise palette. I'm going to be honest, it's really boring. This doesn't excite me whatsoever. The swatches are okay. I think the shimmers swatch better than the mattes do. But honestly, this is the only shade for me I actually like. Like, I don't really understand the colour story of this one. It's a bit random to me. And because there's so many shimmers, I feel like I could hardly use this palette anyway. But we are going to use all 3 palettes today, which makes it a little bit easier. This is the Purple Rain eyeshadow palette, and I actually really love this one. This is probably my favourite colour story out of all 3, and I think I am going to mainly do a look with this palette today and just incorporate the other palettes into it. The swatches are okay. The mattes are, I mean, they're pretty good considering they're purples, and it's a £5 palette. And then you have a beautiful like bronzy foil in here and a couple more shimmers as well. And this is the Undercover palette. It's very pretty, like the shimmers in here are so stunning. I love green, but the mattes in here are just not that great. Like this is the khaki and it just didn't really swatch that well. And then you have a brown matte in here as well and a very light peachy matte. So yeah, the shimmers in here are beautiful and it's probably what I mostly like about this palette. So now let's get into the eye look. Okay, so I've just primed my eyelids. I just used my little Regal one today because this is very affordable. I think this is £3. I am majority going to be using the Purple Rain one because it is my favourite, and the other ones don't really have a lot of mattes and stuff in it. So I'm going to majority use this one today. I'm firstly going to start off with Crown, which is this one here, and I'm going to pop that in my crease. Then I'm going to take Noble, which is this purple here, and I'm just going to blend that at the very top. Then I'm going back in with a little bit of Crown just to buff out the blending. Then I'm going to take Regal, which is this dark purple up here. It's quite a bluey tone, and I'm going to put this in my inner and outer corners. And again, back in with Crown. And back in with a tiny bit of Noble. I think I'm going to use the White Noise palette for the purple shimmers in here. So I'm going to take this lilac shade here, which is called Ultrasound, and I'm going to pop that in the middle of my lid. Yeah, so it's not like a full like normal shimmer, it's quite a like chunky dry shimmer, so it doesn't really apply that great. I mean, there is definitely some on my lid, as you can see, but I'm going to take the shade Sound, which is the other purple shimmer in here. This one feels a lot like a normal, there we go, that feels so much better. And then I'm just going back in with the brush I've used the dark shade with, just to blend those edges in. Okay, I'll come back to the White Noise palette, but now I'm going to go in to Undercover, and I'm going to take the brown matte here, and I'm going to pop that just on the outer corner of my lower lash line. And then I'm going to take Undercover, which is the khaki green matte in here, and I'm going to add that to the front of my lower lash line. And then for my inner corners and brow bone, I'm going to go back in with White Noise, and I'm going to take this shimmer down here, which is called Lo-Fi. Okay, so this is my completed look. I'm just going to hop off camera, pop some mascara and lipstick on, then I'll be right back with my final thoughts. Okay, so I'm back, and this is my completed look. For my mascara, I used an affordable one. This is the Essence Lash Princess False Lash Effect Mascara. Honestly, I don't know how I haven't run out of this. Should probably throw it away because it's probably out of date now, but oh well. And my lipstick is Beauty Bay Freckle. I thought the eyes are pretty bold, so I needed a really nude lipstick to draw attention to my eyes. What do you think of this look? Please let me know down below. So let's finally sit down and talk about these three little eyeshadow palettes. Okay, so firstly, these are so affordable, £5 each. It's a complete bargain, and you get 9 eyeshadows in each. So £5 for 9 shadows. I know the pans are really, really tiny, but for someone like me, realistically, I'm not going to get through all of these palettes because I have so many. So £5 to me is a bargain for these. My opinion on the colour stories of them, the purple one is most definitely my favourite. If I could recommend one of them out of all three, it would be this one, just because the amount of mattes in here, and I know I didn't use the shimmers in here, but one of them is that more foily shimmer, so I know that that one's going to be really good. Only thing with this is that there's not a light enough shimmer in here for my inner corner and brow bone, but I would still reach for this one over these two. Undercover is my second favourite. I do love the khaki green and the brown mattes in here. I did obviously use both of them for my lower lash line, but for me there's not enough mattes in here for me to do a look solely with this palette. The green shimmers in here though are absolutely beautiful, and I loved the swatches of those. And then White Noise is my least favourite, just because I honestly wouldn't reach for this at all. The mattes in here, one's a very light grey and one's a very pale, literally the same shade as my skin tone, so I just wouldn't be able to create a look out of this on its own. But I would definitely use like maybe these two together in future, or all three of them together again, but if I could only recommend one, it would be Purple Rain. For £5 they are good quality. I mean, look at this eye look. I created this with only £5 eyeshadow palettes, and I don't think that that is bad at all. I also had hardly any fallout. The better shimmer formula for me was more of the flat one that was in this palette. This middle one, when they're more chunky and dry like that, they just don't apply as smooth on the eyes, and I just preferred the second shimmer that I use, and the one that I use for my inner corner brow bone, very beautiful as well. So like with all of my reviews on these palettes, these are so affordable, really easy to collect. If you're someone of the younger audience maybe and can't afford to spend much on eyeshadow palettes, then this could be a great option. If you're a collector, great to add to your 9 pan existing collection. I literally have all of them now, and I probably will continue to keep buying all of these. And I just think they're really good for the price, so you can't go wrong. Okay, so I'm going to wrap this video up here. I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please let me know by smashing the thumbs up button. Please let me know down below what you think of the eyeshadow palettes, and of course if you haven't already, please subscribe down below, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!